Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out Neon by developer Ryder H. This is another game for the 7-day FPS challenge, and I said it yesterday, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to do more of them, but here we are. Look like another interesting premise, although I have kind of not a whole lot of idea what's going on here, but I did read that we could scroll our wheel to change colors, and we're going to project a whole bunch of neon flashy decals all over the walls, and I guess our goal here is to just progress and see if we can paint the walls enough that we'll be able to see where we're going. And it seems like a kind of an interesting concept to me. So I guess, the entire environment is textured with black, and we just have whatever color we feel like employing at the moment. And we're just going to shoot it on the walls and see if we can find our way to the exit, if there is an exit. I like the purple one the most so far. Alright, so we're moving from a smaller area to a larger area now. Things seem to be opening up a bit. I think the purple definitely is the nicest looking of them. I don't know why. It's got this, like, depth to it. And it looks like there's a column or something here. I have to say the sound that the developer chose for the repeated shooting of the neon colors may be a little bit grating. Because, I mean, really the concept at heart is pretty simple. Make a maze, make all the textures black, and then give your character the ability to shoot a projectile, so to speak, which doesn't have any kind of contrail or anything, and ends in a decal of whatever color we want it to be. Oh, okay, well, it said jump, but I fell, so I guess falling and jumping should count about the same. Looks like we've fallen into a gigantic environment here. I should probably be using other colors, though. Otherwise, it's just going to get boring. Also, I can clear out the whole room by pressing R. And then we will immediately be in what looks to be a very small space again. What I'm really hoping here is that there isn't a cap to how many decals we can have on the walls. Or if there is, that it's so high that I would never see the end of it. Because right now, I think the major thing that's going on is the fact that we can just paint wherever we want, as long as we want. And I think the reason I can't paint up on the ceiling is just because my mouse keeps falling out of focus on the window or something. Well, it seems... No, you know what? Maybe that's not true, actually, because it seems to be right along that border. And when we get that distance there... Oh, but it's fine here. So I guess there's sky above us or something? And maybe we've fallen off of a thing like that. Looks like I might be straining it now with how many decals are showing up. Okay, we got red. Is there a green? Oh, there is a green. I like that you can make the environment suddenly, like, a bit more ominous if you just paint a bunch of red into things. It would be kind of interesting, too, if you could maybe spray paint a little bit instead of just using dots. Like, if there was other patterns or other textures, maybe you could hit it with a flat color. Or maybe, just for a while, you could shoot one surface and have that whole surface from one edge of the polygon to the other light up with that color, and then it would slowly, like, strobe in and out or something. So you'd color in the world as you go, and it would let you customize it at the same time while also creating the path to wherever it is we're going. It's certainly a much different feeling when you go from a room that was filled with blue to a room that's filled with these red dots. Kind of ethereal and kind of a cool quality, actually, even though it's such a simple concept again. It's a little unfortunate that there's some flickering going on, because again, I don't think it can handle this many projections of this decal. But it seems like it's holding up okay. What's going on up here? Is there... Looks like a monolith ensconced in some sort of an orb. Well, that is certainly interesting. What can I do with this? Anything? Can I walk through this? Is this my goal? Is it supposed to reach the monolith? I can't shoot paint anymore in here. Is that good or is that bad? Oh, I've fallen. Okay, I can't shoot paint on anything. Oh, because one little surface... Where am I? I can see a bunch of red off in the distance, but I don't think it was red that I had shot. Although I guess it could be. I'm still falling. Is there another surface around? Wow, that's kind of pretty, actually. But no, it doesn't seem like I can shoot anything below me at all, unless I'm just supposed to fall here indefinitely. Maybe that was my end goal. I don't know. Not really clear about the win conditions on a lot of the games that I ever play. But it's fine. These are all experimental, and this was designed for, a 7-day competition, so I'm totally up for embracing weird games that have, like, experimental win conditions. This one just seems like they're just dropping you off into the cosmos now. and there doesn't seem to be anything I can do about it. And there go the last of my red projections there. The last dot has faded away. Maybe that is the takeaway message. All things are transient and impermanent, and as we fall off of the face of the known universe, we move on to a new plane of existence, and we don't need what we had. I don't know, I think I'm reading into it a little far. Anyway, I guess that was Neon. A shorter episode than I was expecting, but again, I'm not sure how long that concept could have really held up. If there were a few mixes on it, maybe after a while you transition from shooting dots to, like I said, like lighting up a whole surface at a time, or maybe if you get into some very complex worlds that have moving platforms or something on them, that could be kind of interesting. But at the same time, it's going to rely on you basically just throwing colors at surfaces. I don't know, I think there's some meat to that concept, but it has to necessarily be pulled off exactly right. And that was a decent start, and one that I would perhaps revisit if there was further development in on it later. So, I don't know, maybe that's a shout out to the developer if you want to do that. Cool concept. Anyway, that's going to do it for another episode, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. As always, remember to head on over to my website, indie-impressions.com, if you want to check out almost 500 other indie games in this series that I've done videos for. They're all neatly tagged and categorized, and if you'd like to make a request, of course, I do have a contact form over there as well. If you're an indie developer and you'd like to get in contact with me, that's the quickest way to reach me. Just send me an email. We can talk about the possibility of maybe me putting your game on the show. Of course, I do have a bit of a backlog still, and I'm going to be doing a few more 7-day FPS games, so it's going to be a while, I have to say. But, still, always like to hear from everybody. And please do leave any support you can. Likes and comments are always appreciated. If you want to let me know what you think about this game, what you would do to change it or differentiate this formula, maybe iterate on it in some other way, I'd be curious to know what you would do. So let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Have a good night, guys. Later.